Hi guys, this is German Prepper. In this video we're going to take a look at getting seeds for free. So often we all go and buy those packets of seeds from the supermarket with 1 or 2 year lifespans put on the packet, and we're not really thinking very carefully about this because we pay anywhere from 1 to 2 to 4 euro for a packet, whereas if we were to just buy a pepper, a chili, a potato, we potentially can be getting hundreds of seeds and small plants from those, and there's really no need to waste the money buying packets of seeds when you could just be going and obviously buying the fruits or the vegetables and obtaining them yourselves. So here we have some seeds collected from a red pepper. Now, as you can see, one red pepper gives you a lot of seeds, and I can tell you from experience that you simply plant those in a pot with some good soil, add some water, and you will get, as long as there's good sunlight, small pepper plants coming up within normally a month. Here, a chili. Again, these will grow. A single chili like that, which has been opened up, you can get a fair number of seeds there. And each one of those is potentially a plant that will give you another 6, 7, 8 chilies at least, depending on how well you grow. So there's that. The other one that I think should definitely be mentioned is tomatoes. Each tomato also contains a great many seeds. And again, you just want to empty them out onto a small plate like this. They will be covered in tomato fluid, and you just basically either let that dry and then move the seeds. They'll probably be a bit stuck to the plate. You move them around a bit, or you can give them, possibly rinse them to get them rid of the sticky substance, or just let them dry on a piece of kitchen roll. If you do let them dry on the kitchen roll, you can then pull it apart and leave a little bit of that kitchen roll attached to each seed, and that makes it perhaps a bit easier for planting. You just put them in the pot, a little bit of soil on top, and again they grow wonderfully. One tomato can probably give you anywhere between 10 and 30 plants. So as you can see, economically, this is the way to go. Forget buying seeds in packets. You want to be buying vegetables or fruits and taking the ones you like and taking the seeds from them. It's not possible with everything, but it is possible with a great many. And given that seeds may or may not be available on the shelves, this could be the way that you can get them when otherwise you might not be able to. Now, the other one to consider is potatoes. There are two main types, in my opinion: your common potato and your sweet potato. And I'll show you the sweet potato method of obtaining new plants next. Right, here we have something a little bit special. I've only learned to do this year when my son showed me a video on how to grow this. So you take a vase, or really just any kind of jar, a pickle jar would do fine. Put the potato, in this case the sweet potato, on top, and it will grow roots down into the water. And then it will start to sprout on top with these vines and leaves. Now all you need to do, once you've got your beautiful table decoration going, and yes, it was our table decoration for many months, but now it's at the stage where you just need to cut little chunks with at least one sprout coming off each chunk. Make the chunks as big as you can while basically carving up the potato to give each sprout and leaves a little chunk of potato. Then you just plant those outside, obviously with the vines and the leaves above the soil, but the potato below, and it should be good to generate many plants for you. Now this one has been, as I said, about 2 months, possibly 3 months now actually, growing, and it's certainly time for it to be planted out. You can see the leaves are withering a little bit, and yeah, it's ready to go. I'm interested to see how these vines perform outside. Will they grow additional plants? There's some indication that they will. So I've never done a sweet potato before, and I'm looking forward to seeing how that turns out. Right, now there's one more to have a look at, and we'll move to that now. Right, last but not least, we have the humble potato. And I think this is the one vegetable that you have to grow if you're really worried about economic collapse, supply problems, hyperinflation. If you want to keep yourself and your family fed, there's nothing better than a potato patch. The point is, when you dig up a potato from a plant, you'll probably find many, you always tend to leave some bits behind, and possibly just the smaller potatoes behind. And those inevitably sprout the next year, year on year. It's almost impossible to get rid of them. They are a weed in many senses, but it's wonderful because I think if there was any kind of desperate situation, these are just going to keep on coming back and keep on providing food for you and your family. So we've had these in a cardboard box under the stairs in the dark, and they are obviously sprouting or spudding now, and they're ready to go out. What we'll do is chop them up. Where you've got one nice kind of growth here, you're just going to cut that out with a bit of potato around it. Again, this can just be another one here. If you've got lots of them, then you really want to carve it up so that there's one root section growing on each chunk, and just stick those underground outside, space them apart as you would any plant, and you will find that each one of those grows into a beautiful potato plant. And I think that's just what we would all need this year and coming years. So there's these, there's many others you could be going for. Obviously fruit, you will find seeds in them, whether it's an apple seed, orange, lemon, whatever. But the reality is growing those isn't going to be quite so simple. Yes, I think probably apple trees, perfectly possible. But you need to remember that all apple trees that you generally commercially buy are put onto a special rootstock. So they're spliced onto a rootstock. So what you grow from the apple isn't going to be quite the same as what you would have got if you were purchasing a commercial variety. That said, I think it's worth doing. You know, there are lots of wild plum trees, wild apple trees where I live here, and I think they make wonderful additions to gardens, and obviously they're a decent food supply for certain months of the year. So if you've got an apple, yeah, save the pips, see if you can sprout them. Lemons you could try, but it's obvious that they'll have to be grown under glass or indoors. They won't like the cold at all. I don't think you're going to get very far with oranges and mangoes and such, but it's always worth a try. In Europe, realistically, they're not going to work though. Thanks guys for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. What seeds are you saving? Do you have any other methods for getting free seeds? Anything that you'd recommend, fruit or vegetable wise, that we should also give a go? Well, let us know in the comment section below. Anyway, until next time, cheers.